Hello my friends, welcome to this video, and let me tell you, I got a doozy for you on this one. We're going to be working on a project where we're going to take off the old core support and put the new one on, but there's a plot twist that you're going to have to see the video for. This is supposed to be a hard job, but it turns into hard job times 2 because of a mistake that was not my fault. So that's all I'm going to tell you. So watch the video. I hope you enjoy it. This video is going to be of my last 2 weeks of working on this. So I hope you enjoy it. Here we go. So this is the core support, what it looked like after I took off the bumper and the grill. As you can see, there's lots of rust everywhere. It looks like this core support has been replaced from the original because there's like some big not unprofessional welds, like you see right there, that were never covered correctly. So that rusted, but also it seems like this core support was very thin, so it's probably aftermarket, and it was never painted properly to protect from rust. And that plus the car was in Canada, you know, those two things went together and created this problem. You can see those gnarly welds there. As you can see, this is terrible looking. I had to chop it up to get to the bolts over here. Had to chop pieces off to get it off of here because we have some serious welds over here I need to work on. So I still have this piece to take off. Let's see. So this I cut off in sections. I had to grind off the welds because they were pretty serious welds here. I couldn't use the spot weld drill bit. As you can see, we have rust here, nothing welded to it, and all of these I cut off. On this side, you can see I still have pieces I gotta take off. Yeah, this thing's got nothing left in the middle here, as you can see. Crazy. Yeah, so after I got the core support off, I decided to, while I have good access, to clean the front of the engine here. These bolts had a bunch of caked on like grime and dust and oil and stuff on them. So using that metal brush did a really good job just cleaning them up a little. I got the coils back in, assembled all the valve cover stuff. That back area was pretty hard to get to as well. I had to watch a YouTube video to see how to get to the back valve cover. It was very tight. There's a engine harness going right over it. But watching a YouTube video really gave me a good idea of how to do it. Anyway, so here I'm cleaning using a tiny little screwdriver, just getting into all the nooks and crannies. Does a really good job getting in there and just cleaning. Just take your time. Like I just kind of enjoyed my rest from brain work. That's kind of my therapy. Yeah, I just took my time and Enjoyed getting all the tiny little areas cleaned up. This works really well. The brake cleaner, brake and parts cleaner. Got all the grime off of here. Used this brush. Parts cleaning brush works really well. Has strong bristles. So got all that oil and grime off the alternator, the AC pump, the exhaust manifold, and a little bit off the block and the bracket over there. The problem was that this valve cover, the valve gasket was old, but mainly the bolt brackets, bolt gaskets, as well as the coils. They have seals over here where the openings are, and those seals were completely messed up. They were warped and letting oil out through here, so it was all dripping down all over the place, and then probably being blown around by the fans and just all kinds of stuff. So now that all that's replaced, cleaned it all, this should be good. It's too bad these valve covers are also corroded. I didn't want to strip it all and repaint them, so I'm just gonna leave them how it is. They're doing the job, I'll let them do the job. So next step, I'm going to go ahead and start prepping for the core support. I have the replacement in my truck. I'll get that out and show you. So here's the piece that I'll be welding on. Still has the frame rails attached that I'm gonna need to remove. I have to drill all this out, everything here, over in there, just like I have here. And as you can see, this is a dark car compared to my gray, so I'll have to paint that. This piece cost $225. So here I'm going to be using this spot weld cutter bit that I got at the auto parts supplies store. I also got some extra cutting bits for it. As you can see, it has a center punch kind of a thing that's on a spring and the cutter on the outside. And you basically need to do like a punch spot where, like in the center where you want it to center on. And then you're supposed to press down, and that little center pin goes into the punch hole and keeps it in that centered on that spot weld. And then the cutter will cut around the spot weld. My punch wasn't good, and I also, like, this whole thing's flimsy, so I couldn't get a good hole going. So my bit kept wanting to dance around. I just needed to take it slow. Yeah, just take it slow, don't press too hard, and it'll make its path. And then once it grinds through the path, then you can press harder and it'll drill right through it. I was really surprised how good this bit works. I had another one from my old body shop times, and it was the old technology with an 1/8 inch drill bit in the middle instead of that pin, and that drill bit constantly went dull, and the cutter wasn't as good. But these, man, I bought the extra cutters for it, and through the whole, like this entire video you're gonna watch, all the cutting I did only used that one cutter bit. I didn't even use the other three that I bought. So I did a really good job. And it basically cuts around the spot weld and just releases. So you just need to find the spot welds and then make sure you stay in the center of them. So here's a close-up of the spot welds drilled out. As you can see, it just drills right around the spot weld and releases the top piece of metal. Like I said, the trick is to stay in the center. This is the hard area, hard to get to. So in this one, I'm gonna try to wobble the frame rails out of this thing. That hard area, that hard to get to area, needed a little motivation with a chisel. But that's usually what you gotta do. Some places you just can't get to. Well, there it is. Today, I'm gonna continue working on this thing. I need to basically prepare the core support and prepare it for welding on, and then I'm going to try to weld it on today, hopefully. For now, to align this thing correctly, there's a couple of brackets on the subframe on the bottom. They're basically right there. They attach on these two bolts. So I put those two bolts in so that aligns the bottom really well. And now I need to get the top figured out. I'm going to take the don't remember what it's called, the cover that's under the windshield wipers. I'm going to take that off and get access to the shock towers. I'm going to measure from each shock tower to the corner of the support and make sure that's all square. Once I'm sure about that, then I'm going to lock it in with some vice grips and lock in that position. And then I'm going to work on getting all the welding spots close together so they're ready for welding. All right, let's go for it. We have a gap right there that I don't like. No gap here. Remember, this came off of a non-damaged car, so it should, if the bottom brackets are in the correct position, then this should be in the correct position. But I have a feeling we might have a little alignment issue that I need to work on. So we'll figure this out. Well, we have a problem. It looks like this support is not from this car. So the hood is down. It seems like everything is good, but if you look under, you will see that there is a, let's see here, huge gap between this and the hood, which is not supposed to be like that. This one is fine, but as you can see, that one over there has a gap. That's a problem. Another thing is, if we look at the old one, you will notice that this goes up and over and then down here. So this whole area that supports the headlight is about, I would say, 1.5 inches from this flat spot. And if we look at here, this is barely 1 inch. So this doesn't go up high enough. And then if I try to put the headlight on here, this is how it's supposed to go on. Okay. There's not. This is supposed to be up here. So that's not gonna work. I think what happened is the car that they took this off of is not the same car. I think it's older. I think it's like my other one is a 2004. I think this must have been a 2004 or 2005. I don't know. Could have been a 2005. That's annoying because I did all that work, taking all the welds off, drilling all this stuff off, just to find out it's the wrong support. All right, I'm gonna call them up and see what they say. So I called the auto parts store where I bought the support, and they're telling me, like, this guy was instantly on defensive, trying to like tell me that it was sold as is. Like, this is a big company. They're pretty legit, and I really trusted them that they're giving me the part that I needed. Like, I told him I need a 2007 Honda Pilot core support, and he looked it up and he said that he has one, and it's he didn't tell me it was a 2005. He just told me it's just that, you know, to go look at it, and then how am I supposed to know the dimensions and the shape and everything of a core support? Are you kidding me? If it's 2007, I need a 2007. If he's telling me that he has one in stock, I assume that it's interchangeable, right? So now he's like totally being defensive and not really good customer service at all. I'm surprised, honestly. But he told me that I can go in and talk to a manager and see what they can do for me. Sounds like they don't have this car, any other versions of this car, that this is the only option I have. And this obviously ain't gonna work for me. If the headlight height is just the beginning, who knows what else, what other dimensions are wrong. Oh, this is so annoying. I'm going to go to Spalding's and talk to them and see if they're gonna work with me, or if they're gonna be if I'm gonna be having a really bad experience with them. I mean, it's one thing, yeah, their computer is telling them it's interchangeable. It's one thing, mistake, no problem, own up to it. I'll give you the core support back. Somebody can use it. It's very usable. In fact, I already drilled it out. Somebody can just take it as is. They can just sell it to somebody else. But if they're not gonna give me a refund and they're gonna just say that it's my fault, that's gonna leave a bad taste in my mouth. I don't know what I'm gonna do then. Anyway, let's see what happens. Okay, so just got out of Spalding's and I came in. I thought the guy was gonna continue being all defensive and everything, but surprisingly he was very nice. He already looked it up that it was wrong. He called up the manager. The manager looked at it and saw that the support was not correct for this car, and they gave him my money back. Unfortunately, they didn't have another car, another Honda Pilot like that, so that's the only one they had. Now I need to call a couple of more places in town and see if I can find another one, and then if not, then I'm gonna have to probably go farther out somewhere. Anyway, we continue. I'll let you know what I find out. It's called Whitey's here in town in Spokane, and they didn't have a core support for me. So I'm going to, my next step is going to be to go to car-part.com and see if I can locate one there. I might have to drive, might have to drive to Tri-Cities or Montana, or I don't know. It's ridiculous. I don't really want to get a aftermarket core support because those are so thin. They're not very good quality, and if it was, I don't know, maybe it would be okay. I just need it to last like 10 years, maybe 20 years. Anyway, OEM is better, but I don't know. I'm gonna see what my choices are and then report back. So here I'm at carpart.com, and you can basically look for used car parts in your local area from junkyards and stuff like that, who are basically members of this site. We have 3 auto parts places here in Spokane that are listed in this system, so we can search for various parts. So I'm looking for basically radiator core support that's around Spokane area, and we can see we got Whitey's Wrecking that's listing 2 of them. I already called them, they don't have them. They have 1 that's damaged. I don't know why they have 2 listed here. Spalding Auto Parts has 2 listed, which they don't have. They have 1, and it's wrong. That's the one I bought. And then Pasco Auto Wrecking has 2 listed, and it seems like the photos show that there's no damage on the front on either one of them, which would be ideal. So I'm gonna give them a call and see what they have in stock. You see, this one has no front damage. It would be perfect. Found a core support yesterday in Pasco. Called them up. They told me they would cut it off this morning, and I can come pick it up this afternoon. And they told me they'd call me when they have it cut off. So I waited till noon. No call from them. Waited till 1. No call. So I called them up, and I could barely understand what the guy was saying. He has a really heavy accent. But he's telling me that he called me to tell me that the core support they have is damaged. First of all, I didn't receive any calls. Then he tells me he's gonna take some pictures and send them to me so I can see if I still want the core support. I'm like, okay, take some pictures, let me know right now, because I'm 2 hours away. It's gonna take me 2 hours to get to you. So I need to know now, quickly, so you can tell me if it's good or not, so you can cut it off and I can make my way down there. He's like, okay, I'll go take some pictures. I'm waiting for an hour. No pictures, no call, nothing. I call him up again. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have, we haven't went out there yet. I'm gonna have my guy come out there and take some pictures right now. I'll call you right back. Sitting here waiting. It's already 2:30. They close at 5. It's a Friday night. They won't be open on Saturday. I'm waiting for half an hour, nothing. I call him again. The guy's like, oh, I called you, and you know, the core support is too damaged. I don't think you should come out here for that. The guy didn't go and look at anything. He didn't take any pictures. He didn't call me. So annoying. I've been waiting to go and get this today. My whole day was planned around this. Just so frustrating. They have 2 of them listed on carpart.com. 2 of them. On 2 cars that have no front end damage. And he tells me that the only one they have has front end damage. Why is it listed on carpart.com? Why do they have 2 listed on there with no front end damage if they don't have it? Anyway, thanks for listening to my rant. I called A-Star, which is an aftermarket auto parts store. They have a core support that I can order for $280. And I have to wait till Thursday for it to come in. But I don't want, I mean, ideally I want the original OEM core support. I don't want the aftermarket because it's thinner, it's lower quality, doesn't fit as well. Seems like I have no choice. I'm so bummed. I'm just so bummed. Really wanted to get this done. Wanted to go get it today so I can weld it on tomorrow. So annoying. Alright, thank you for listening. I'll update you what the next step is going to be. What is up, my friends? It is the next day. I called around yesterday and did some searching, and basically I'm out of luck. The only thing available for me right now in terms of OEM core support is possibly a car, a 2006 Honda Pilot in a pull and save in Mead. A pull and save is basically a used auto parts place where you go in, you pay $2 to get in, bring your own tools, and you take off your own parts. So it's all self-serve. And this place is located on the other end of town. Ow, that hurt. So the only thing I know is that they have a 2006 Honda Pilot there. There's no information of what parts are available, if it's completely smashed in the front, if like no details. All I know is that they have one. So I gotta go all the way out there and see if this core support's even any good. I brought all my tools with me, so if it is good, I can drill it out right there on the spot and take it with me. I'm hoping that that will be the case. Usually parts at this kind of places are a lot cheaper. So the one from Spalding's that they sold me that was wrong was $215 with tax. The other one that was that I was supposed to go get from Pasco, they wanted to charge $250 for it. That's before taxes. And then the aftermarket one at A-Star in Spokane, they wanted $280 for an aftermarket, which is a lot lower quality. As far as I know that they have two types. They have one that's the cheap type, and then they have one that's supposed to be certified, some kind of certified for insurance work. So that's better quality, and I'm not sure if that was the one for $280. If this doesn't turn out, my trip right now, if I show up there and the core support's all smashed or unusable, my only choice is going to be to order the aftermarket one, and I'm gonna do it. So for now, I'm just gonna take a drive. It's like a half an hour drive. It's not too far, but living in a small town, half an hour drive is a long drive. Anyway, so I'll let you know what I find when I get there, and I'll see you then. So we got 2006, 2005, and a bunch of 2003s. I gotta find the row we need. A7. A3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Must be that red one right there. That's an 03. This is the row 7. That's row 6. the very last one on the end. Look, it's even the right color. It's even got everything I need on it. What are the chances of that? It's perfect. Perfect. Wow. So I'm starting with just harvesting all the parts off of the front, getting all those little clips that are so hard to find. I actually priced these clips that I'm taking out right now at Honda, and they want $6 a piece for them. That's a lot of money to replace. Like on my car, all of them broke when I was taking them out, just because there's so much dust everywhere, and there's a bunch of dust stuck in them, so when I try to pop them open, they just break. I'm taking the bumper off right now. There's 2 Phillips screws on there. Well, as you can see, I already took everything off. I'm just taking off these last couple of items here before I start working on the core support itself. These big corner pieces, I already have an extra set of them, so I'm not going to take these, but I am taking the bolts. I need to replace all the bolts that I took out. They're all rusty or in horrible shape. Got all the pieces off. Now time to drill this thing out. I'm starting on the bottom. And it's very uncomfortable. Well, I got the left side of the car drilled out, all except I missed one spot weld I need to do. So I'm gonna finish this when I come back. I gotta go get some water, probably eat something. I don't know what time it is right now, but I'm glad I got this half done. When I come back, I'll finish that last spot weld and I'll do this other side. So I'll show you what I got. So these 2 here, one on the side, 2 here. This is the one I missed. And then we got this, those 2. Down here too, these 2. And we got 4 in here. And then underneath we got 1 there, 2 at the top, and same thing over there, 1 on this flange, and then 2 at the top. And that will release this whole side. And then I gotta do the same thing on that one. All right, I'm gonna go get some water. And here's what I got off of this car. I got a condenser. I'm gonna see how much that is on mine. When I was taking this off, this bolt broke, so I don't feel like drilling it out. If this condenser is not too expensive, I'm gonna take it. Grill replacement for mine. My bumper support is very rusty, so I'm gonna see how much that is and just take that. I got 2 fog lights with nice brackets. My brackets are all rusty, so, and a bunch of bolts. That's what I got. We'll tell you how much all that's gonna cost. Well, I got the, there's the pull-in safe. Got these parts. And I'm going to go and get some water. So all of that I just got cost me $112 for the condenser and the fog lights and the bumper reinforcement and good grill a couple of horns, headlight brackets, and that's it. And 41 bucks is how much they want for the core support. So a total of 150 bucks with tax. This whole load is gonna cost me, compared to 215 for a core support that was wrong from Spalding's. So good deal. I'm gonna go get some water, some food. Wiener Schnitzel. I have never had one before. It's a tiny hot dog with mustard on it. It's actually really good when you're hungry. Or not. Or when you're not hungry, I don't know. I like it. Cheap and really good. Obviously, it's no Costco hot dog, but close. Probably need 3 of these for the size of a Costco hot dog. I got me a hot dog and a corn dog. I guess it's a half a corn dog anyway. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna head back and get the rest of that core support. Also got me a full cup of ice and put it in my water bottle. That way when I'm actually gonna take this out there with me. I forgot to take it, and I forgot to take my hat to cover me from the sun, especially afternoon sun. Oh, it's gonna be even worse. All right, I'm gonna finish my lunch and back to it. All right, I'm back at it. Had a good lunch. I'm gonna get back to removing this other side of this support. I got my hat this time to keep me from the sun. All right, I'm back at it. So I'm getting this last spot weld on this side, and now everything's loose. Just checking to see if everything let go. And then now I'm gonna drill out this side. I put the phone on the top of the core support, which gave a really good view of where I'm drilling. I'm just making the center punch holes. It was so hot. Good thing I brought some water this time with ice. Also, I brought 4 batteries for my DeWalt, and I used all 4. I was on my last one when I was done drilling everything out. That was very close. Wish I had a better view for you. I should have brought my tripod, but I'm not that comfortable with that kind of public YouTubing yet. But this gives you a good idea of what all that entails. Just gotta get all the spot welds. Oh man, I'm completely exhausted on my last battery, and I got this thing off. I'm gonna put you right here and let you watch me take it off. Also, I broke my trusty Craftsman screwdriver. Old one. That's it. Done. Loaded up the car. Going to head on home now. How do I like my hat? I got this in Florida. It's supposed to be my vacation hat, but now it's my pull and save hat. Oh, I am so hot. Okay, when I get home, I'll show you all the stuff I got. For this batch, I paid $62, $64, something like that. All right, here is all the parts that I bought today. This is the core support, obviously. And then we have the condenser. This is the condenser I have. And that bolt is broken, and I didn't want to drill it out. So for $20, here's a condenser that doesn't have a broken bolt. So I have the bumper, what's it called? Reinforcement, whatever. There's a name for it. It also has a little styrofoam piece on the front. I got 2 fog lights. I got 2 floor mats. They're very dirty. I'm gonna wash them. They should be fine. A bracket for the license plate, 2 horns, a battery bracket. I got some radiator brackets over there. And these brackets are for under the headlights. Got some rubber strips to replace on the hood. These are not nice. A new grill, windows regulator, buttons. And this is an engine cover piece for the other Honda Pilot I have that I've needed for the longest time. And that's it. All of this here was about $160. That's gonna do it for this week. It's Saturday, and I'm going to go ahead and upload this video and be done with this part. And then next week we're gonna do a second attempt on welding this core support onto the car and hopefully put it all together. That's it. That's all we're gonna do this week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.